rotate it to the front. See how big this
so big. It's like a gun actually.
Wow.
It's like a gun.
Yes, alright then. Hello everyone. Today we are going to continue our review for Technic set. What type of Technic set, Kenji?
So the theme for today's Technic set is space.
Oh, space. Interesting.
Okay, so before we get into the review, I would like to thank the LEGO group for sponsoring us and providing us this Technic set. And of course, this video wouldn't have been possible without them. So make sure you guys, of course, if you guys like this video later on, please leave a like and subscribe. So let's get to the review.
Okay, let's go. Hello guys, this will be the first set, set 42178, Surface Space Loader LT78. This is the set. Probably you will need to come closer to view it better. Alright, this is the set after it's been built. As you can see, there's a lot of stickers being used to represent like the mechanism, and of course the name sticker LT78 to indicate the name of this vehicle. Okay, let's go into the features on the set. The first one will be the knob here for the steering of the end wheels or rear wheels, and then the features here to load and unload for any equipment. Do it like this, and then we can move this part down. Let me rotate this to move it down. We take the equipment, place it here, and then this is the safety pin to make sure it wouldn't fall down. And then we move this knob back up, so this has been lifted from the ground and the loader can just move away. Okay, let me put this back to the original position. Alright, now the best feature for this set, let's say the loader is driving on like a flat or smooth terrain or surface, it will be moving like this way. But let's say it meet a rock or rocky terrain. When it meets rock, we can turn this knob here. As you can see, it will make the car higher. You have to turn it quite a lot of time. Okay, now it becomes higher. So if we meet any rock on the bottom, it will not hit the lower body of this loader. So let's say it meet into a bumpy terrain, it becomes higher. Oops, okay. This part here can detach when we push it too much, when we apply too much force. Okay. Sorry about that. Let me put it back here. Anyway, you already know how this surface loader works. This is quite impressive. Alright, I forgot to LEGO is providing us with this. This is the airlock. This is compatible with any LEGO Space Technic airlocks or even LEGO City or LEGO Friends. When you see that they have this airlock, you can combine this set together by joining up the airlocks. This is the cockpit. It using like full glass, so the driver can look at the frontal direction easily without anything blocking the view. And as you can see, there's only one seat at the front So this is just one-seater vehicles. This is the cockpit. It using like full glass, so the driver can look at the frontal direction easily without anything blocking the view. And as you can see, there's only one seat at the front, so this is just one-seater vehicles. This is the cockpit. It using like full glass, so the driver can look at the frontal direction easily. Anyway, let us move onwards to the next set. The next set will be set number 42179, Planet Earth and Moon in Orbit. This is the build set. This set is actually pretty simple. There's only one mechanism, but before I go into that, I'll better explain a bit about this set. As you can see, this is the Earth, this is the Moon, and this is the Sun. And the feature that I already mentioned is this one here. When we rotate this shaft, as you can see, the Earth will rotate on its axis and the Moon will revolve around the Earth, and the Earth itself will revolve around the Sun. And as you can see, the Sun also rotating itself. And actually, the way the Lego group or the designer made this is they calculate precisely how long the rotation of the Earth and its revolution around the Sun, as well as the rotational speed of the Sun itself. As you can see, the Sun usually only have a full rotation of 27 days. So they already calculated very precise. Also, the revolution of the Moon around the Earth is calculated roughly in like 30 days. So 30 days, we have like a full 360 degrees. So when you divide that 360 degree by the time it revolves, the Lego group indicate the month in here. As you can see, November, December, October, September, all over to January and February. March. Let's see whether it will rotate fully. Okay, now we are in January. As you can see, this is the Moon on this position. Let us see whether when it reach February, whether the Moon will stay in here. Okay, my finger here will indicate the position of the Moon earlier, and this is the, okay, let me move this way. Oh, okay, it matched the same, and it's already reached February. So the Lego designer really made it precise. Oh, this is very excellent set. It will assist as a maybe teaching, for assisting in teaching students, or maybe if you want to teach your children yourself, you can use this definitely, and definitely will assist as a teaching applications. And if you notice, the Earth itself is tilted 23.5 degree like in a real life. So the Earth is not straight like the Sun. And there's a lot that you can teach to children, like revolution of the Moon, revolution of Earth around the Sun, rotational of Earth and the Sun. You can also explain about gravitational pull of Moon toward the sea. Maybe we can also use it to explain, well, a lot. Let me see whether we have any more significant features. There's I think there's no more. This is the rubber here to make it nice, sit nicely. Okay, I think that's it for this really simple but excellent set. It will definitely have a high educational value. Let us continue to the next set. Alright, so the next set will be the set 42181, VTOL Heavy Cargo Spaceship LT-81. This is the spaceship. As you know, VTOL stands for Vertical Takeoff and Landing. So this is the position when the spaceship is on its landing position. The engine exhaust on the wing facing downwards. The landing gear or landing skid is extended while the cargo crane is being lifted. So when the ship is undergoing flight, the engine will activate, and then the jet will force the spaceship upwards. So the exhaust gas will force the spaceship upwards, and then it will change the position into this way. So it will assist the rear engine power to move it forward. It will help the engine, and then the landing gear or landing skid will be retracted. Let's say, okay, when the spaceship approach a certain location and it needs to haul the cargo, but it doesn't want to land. So let's say it move this way, it can hover. So it just turn the engine like this. So the engine will assist in hovering. Then it extend this for hauling the cargo. Let us move it this way. It will slowly goes down and then grab the cargo and then goes into the locking position like this. It has been locked, and then it will turn again the engine and then move forwards like this. So overall, this is quite an interesting set. Let me put back the cargo down, and as you can see, this is the cockpit. This is actually two-seaters. There's a two blue seat, and it made from the glass and a bit tinted, maybe to prevent UV light from the sun from getting into the cockpit too much. And I don't know whether you can see this. The position of the for the pilot is like a bit, not a bit slanted, but it's like a sleeping position, maybe to make them more comfortable. Okay, I'm going to extend the landing skid. Let us talk more about the cargo itself. This is the cargo pod. It can be opened on two sides. Let us open on one side. Maybe this open one side. Here come a rover. The rover roll down. The rover have three features. The first feature is for the antenna. Second feature is the wing here. Side wings for the solar panel for the rover to getting sunlight to power up. And then the third feature is this, just for steering the rover. Quite simple to steer the rover. And one last feature, as you can see, this is another connection, airlock connection, which we can join to another Lego Space Technic set, which also have this one, or you can join it with Lego Creator 3-in-1 City of Friends that have the space theme as well. Alright, let us go to the review for the last set.
Okay, so here we have our final Lego Technic set, which is the set number of 42180, and the set name is the Mars Exploration Rover. So why don't we take a closer look. Okay, this is the Exploration Rover. Very big, just like the other sets. And upon closer inspection, you can see that the rover has 3 pairs of gigantic wheels. So we can see that the wheels are, of course, they're not only big, but they can turn. So they can turn by also using this knob here. Very wide range of motion. But what's more impressive is that each of the wheels have their own suspension. So the wheels can go up and down really freely, as well as the back wheels, the wheels at the back. So they can like move freely as well. So for example, if there was like a small mountain here and the rover needed to get up, then I think it could just do it well. So maybe turn a bit, and then it needs to just go up. Then it can still traverse the mountains quite well. Okay, this one also can traverse at the same time. So the wheels have very good off-roading potential. And going to the cockpit at the front. We can of course open it, and inside we see that there are 2 chairs. So the cockpit has 2 chairs and 2 control devices, presumably for 2 people. And then here we also even have a steering wheel that can be adjusted up and down, although it's not connected to the wheels, so we can't really drive the car from the steering wheel. But then there are also like these glass monitors as well. Closing the cockpit, you can see that there are 4 headlights and 4 main lights, maybe to see in Mars, because this is the Mars exploration rover. And then going to the living quarters, we can see that inside the living quarters there are 2 chairs, there is a table, presumably for the dining table, and then there is a fridge. Inside the fridge there is some space food. There is some space food. This is the space food, a sausage with a drink. So I think they're called dehydrated food as well. Okay, let me close that up, move it to the side. And then on the left side here we have a treadmill, maybe for the people living in the living quarters to exercise. And then just next to it we have a shower and a toilet. Alright, and then closing the living quarters, just above we have what it seems to be some tanks, maybe presumably for oxygen or even some science materials here as with the dome, but we're not so sure. And then there's even a small satellite, not satellite, radio tower, radio communication. And then here we can pull it up and we can reveal an antenna. And then to the sides, maybe we have more tanks, maybe for some water, maybe. Alright, moving to the back here, we can see that there is a vent, and we can open the vent door, and we can see that it connects us directly to the living quarters. As you can see, it connects us directly to the living quarters. And there is of course an airlock that you can use on other Lego builds, Lego City, or even space-themed Lego Technic sets. And then there is an air vent here for the carbon dioxide. Then closing the vent, the airlock, we can see that there are beacons here on the left, so we can of course take the beacons out. So maybe when the team of scientists is doing their research and the place would be dark, and maybe they need to put down these beacons so they can see. And then just across the beacons we can see that there are 2 different samples, and these are rock samples. So this is the orange yellow rocks, so there's a caution, so maybe they're radioactive or maybe they're dangerous. So we can put them here, and then just next to it there is a green canister, maybe for the safer rocks, because it says recycle here. So rock samples, okay, and then going just across, we can see that this is a tank, like some sort of storage tank. So we can use this crane. So to open the crane, we just put the crane up, put it to the side. Sorry, put it to the side, and then we can lower down the crane hook. Okay, yeah. So we can lower down the crane hook, and then maybe we can get this storage tank down, and once it's done, of course, it can be put here for now. And inside the storage tank, we can see that there is a rover. So there is a rover in the storage tank. So there is this rover in the storage tank, and to unfold it, we can just flip the arms out, and then we can flip the antenna upwards. So this rover has main features, which is the rotating wheels, and we can actually retrofit these hands with the tools that were given. Okay, and then we can fit them inside here. And then, for example, we want to hammer something, then we can also put it in the arm of the rover. So maybe the rover is doing some mining activities. Okay, and then going to the next feature, we can see that there is a tank here, and let's say that not the tank, what is this? A storage cell, a fuel cell. Let's say the fuel cell, this is a fuel cell, and let's say it wants to get transported down. So instead of using the large crane, we can use the elevator. Although I think this is too big, but it's alright. So we can use the elevator, and there is actually a circular knob here that we can pull down. So we can pull it down and down, and even more down. We can pull it down, and we can keep spinning until the elevator reaches down, and then we can open these latches so that the fuel cell can be transported down safely, and then it can be brought down safely. Or we can also just use the crane, which has a tug that we can just like so. Just like that, and then we can put it down. Okay, and then let's reload back the crane. We can do this by wrapping it around the red bearing, and then we can pull it up, then we can pull it back, we can retract it back, and then we can hoist it back in position, just like we did. We can also pull back the elevator, pull it up, okay, and then one more feature is that there are actually these different types of canisters. So we suspect that these canisters are water canisters. Let's put them down. Or maybe these are oxygen canisters. Maybe we can transport them through the lift as well. And these are fuel canisters. So then we can transport them down. we can transport them down safely, just like that. Okay, and then we can open them. And then the rest of the canisters, and while unloading the canisters, we can use the fuel cell, or not the fuel, yeah, the fuel cell to just hook the canisters on and give power to the fuel cell. Just like so. Just like so. Okay, and then there is actually another really cool feature about this rover, which is that it can actually shorten, and this is due to maybe, okay, so this version is like when the scientists are exploring. So this is long, and because the scientist needs to carry a lot of cargo, we need a lot of space. But for example, if the scientist is in a smaller area and doesn't need all the cargo, we can just unlatch the holders here on the other side as well. And once we've removed everything, we can just flip this container upwards, and then we can just slide the front area in really close. Okay, I think that's enough, that's far enough, and then we can put the holders back in. Okay, one holder, and the other one is over here. Okay, so here we have the really short version of the rover. Again, all of the functions still work normally, like we could still pull down the elevator, and we can still use the crane as normal. Okay, like so. So I think that concludes this review, and let's go to the next part.
Alright, this is the end of our review for these 4 sets.
Overall, I think they look very nice, very, of course, space age theme, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. But why not share your your thoughts on this video by sharing it in the comment section.
Oh, these 2 sets look so big.
Yeah, so big.
Oh, show yours closer.
So
maybe you have to put it vertically. Rotate it to the front. See how big this
so
2
big. It's like
set
a gun
is.
actually.
Wow.
It's like a gun.
Yes. Alright then. See you later on our next review.
Bye
bye.